Is it actually worth investing time and effort into creating content for your business? Well, I think so. Investing time into creating content, a little bit of what we spoke about in the previous video episode was about with podcasts. And in particular, when creating content for podcasts, it's very easy to use then that content for social media and other elements. And what I wanted to discuss today is it actually worth taking time out each week, each month to creating content for your brand? And I think yes. The reason being is it really allows you to show your authentic self to your potential customers, your current customers, and for them to learn more about you and more about your team and the content that you're putting out. Because if you can show that you can produce your own content very good, you can then, it solidifies the fact that you can then produce good content for them as your client. If we're talking about a digital marketing perspective, if we take it out of context from that, for example, with a law firm, if partners and solicitors and attorneys are creating content for social media, it allows them and allows customers, potential customers, to form a bit of a relationship for actually working with that customer. And that works very, very well because it means that you've already done the hard bit of selling someone on you because they already know who you are. And this is why businesses on TikTok do really well because they're producing content. A great example of this is there's a company on TikTok called the Little Spanish Cleaning Company. And all they do is sell Spanish cleaning products. And they've gone viral over the past couple of months because everyone is using these cleaning products in their homes. We use them. I've been influenced by the trend because everyone is using the products, they're tagging this account, and all they're doing is creating content with influencers and with their own people in house, packing orders, discussing all the benefits of these products that smell amazing and are of very high quality. Their whole business and their whole marketing model revolves around their TikTok account and by creating content. An example I gave, I think last year or the year before on this podcast, was a friend that I went to drama school with. She moved overseas to do entertainment in holiday complexes, and she was selling fake and false eyelashes. And it got picked up on TikTok, and she now has 10, 20 members of staff and doing a very good turnover and nearly has 1 million followers on all of her social media. And TikTok is the way that she marketed her business, and that is purely by content. Same applies for your website. With websites, if you put video content on your site, you have a high conversion rate, you have a high sort of response rate because people are looking at the content that you've created and put on your website. So for our new website that we're launching, we are putting little teaser videos of what particular services mean. For example, what is SEO? Not everybody knows SEO. I'm a very firm believer that every business should be doing SEO, but not everyone knows exactly what SEO is, what it means, what it does, how you do it. So you can use content in other means, not just for social media, but putting it on your website, creating a Patreon page, create exclusive content that people can pay to watch, how-to videos about a particular industry, courses, things like that. So the power of content just goes beyond social media. A lot of people market their business from doing so on social media and creating that content. But it is worth time creating content. And it is important to not spend too much time creating content because you still got to focus on running a business, managing a team, etc. So potentially spend, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes a week, a month on creating content. And that's exactly what I do for this podcast. I record a 10-minute episode once a week. It gets sent off to producer Aaron. He puts it all together, edits it, puts it together, creates social clips, and then we publish those on social media, YouTube, and all the different platforms that we use. So by creating 10 minutes worth of content, you've then given weeks worth of content that you can use on social media. A client that we've just started working with, they are absolutely hilarious. They're an LGBTQ YouTube channel where they review TV shows and films. And what we're doing for them, for their social media, is we're taking the weekly episode that they put out on YouTube, which is a reaction to a film, TV show, etc., clipping it down into the funny bits and posting it on socials. But then we're also giving them ideas that they can record alongside that content to create more content. So they don't need to get their camera and their video gear out, etc., at another time while they're recording that video. We're going to give them little videos to do before or after, etc. So it's not extra effort for them, but it means We can then take that content and then use it for different purposes for social media, and it might last a couple of weeks. So, by just taking a couple of minutes or half an hour out of your time, which is very manageable as business owners, marketers, managers, we are time poor. But if you can take a small proportion of your time out, then start creating content, you don't need a fancy camera, you don't need fancy lights. You can just use a phone, you could use an old video recorder. The best thing is your phone because you can just put it in front of you, record it, put it on socials, etc. So it doesn't need to be expensive. It doesn't need to take a lot of time. But by taking some time out to create that content, it's a very good way to set yourself up. Small businesses, especially who don't have massive marketing budgets, but you have a good amount of time on your hands, just like that Spanish cleaning company where they've created content, made partnerships with influencers. You have these massive TikTok channels just about cleaning. It is a no brainer. So take some time out, make a bit of a plan of content that you can create. It might be about frequently asked questions that you get asked. That forms a good chunk of this podcast. If you have discovery calls with clients, take little things like that, and then you can then use those to create content for your socials. But I would definitely suggest investing some time. It doesn't need to be massive into creating content because it's going to be worth it in the long run. I hope this has been useful. If it has, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you do nowadays. Make sure you're following and leave a review on your favorite podcasting platform. I would really appreciate it. Stay awesome, stay safe, but most importantly, stay nerdy.